Angel Stadium here tonight, brought to you by Hyundai. Tonight's game 2 of this 3-game series between the Angels and the Tigers here at Angel Stadium here this evening. Alongside Mark Gubicza, Wayne Randazzo, and Gooby, another tough one for the Angels here last night, trying to recover here tonight.
Yeah, that was a really tough one, Wayne. I mean, Reed Detmers threw the ball exceptionally well. The bullpen until that very end, it was solid. But those are the kind of games we talk about, getting some momentum in the second half after the All-Star break, putting together a win streak. It was a tough one, but the beauty of baseball, you're playing again tonight.
Well, they're playing again tonight. They'll face the reigning Cy Young winner in the American League 2 times over in Tarik Skubal on the mound for Detroit.
Yeah, he's one of the best pitchers in baseball. We talk about how competitive it is, but his stuff matches how competitive he is. When you think about the wins, since 23, fourth with 43 of them, 2 Cy Youngs. He's got a whip of under 1, first in American League during that stretch too, but also the walk to strikeout ratio. He is around the strike zone. He attacks with his fastball and gets a ton of swing and misses with his changeup. That changeup is a devastating pitch. We look at how many punch-outs over the last 2 seasons alone. 144 strikeouts with his changeup. He sets it up with his fastball, but he'll get that swing out of the strike zone, show enough in the strike zone to be effective with it. That's the second most in all Major League Baseball as far as strikeouts. 34 this year, 110 last season. So you just got to make sure you're in position to hit his fastball. And his fastball's been hit since coming back from the IL. It's going to be important to do that.
Well, he's had a little more trouble keeping the ball in the ballpark of late, ever since coming back from that short elbow surgery that he had. Skubal's allowed 8 home runs, and last year Zach Neto got him a couple of times.
Yeah, Zach Neto, we talk about how great he is against the very best pitchers. He's had some success as far as the long ball against Skubal. Their fastball, that was a 98-mile-an-hour fastball, first pitch of the game, out there by the rock pile. And then Skubal, as competitive he is, he punches him out, tells him to go back to the bench after that 99, right back at him, Zach Neto. That's the beauty of both these guys. Ultra competitive. They will not back down no matter what. They want to compete against the best, and they are the best. And then, what's he doing, Wayne? He does it again. Comerica Park. This is way out to left center field, so it's good to see twice he homered off Skubal. Hopefully he does that here tonight.
They'll have a chance leading off once again tonight against Tarik Skubal. The Angels will counter with Grayson Rodriguez here this evening.
Yeah, Grayson, he threw the ball really good. 98 with his fastball. His changeup was good too last time out. Hopefully Skubal's changeup isn't as good and his fastball gets hit.
And Rodriguez has had a lot of success in his career against the Tigers. He'll try to keep that going here tonight. Game 2 of this 3-game series coming up from the Big A. Angels baseball on ABTV is brought to you by Pechanga Resort Casino. By Amazon, spend less on your kids for back to school. By Hyundai, the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event, deals so right they almost feel wrong. Only at your local SoCal Hyundai dealer. And by Jack in the Box, Jack's new Philly style bonus Jack combo, shaved steak, grilled onions and peppers, and melty cheese starting at $5.99. Oof. ABTV is presented by Pechanga Resort Casino.
His changeup, it all starts with that fastball, upper corners with the fastball, then run that changeup in the lower half. Get a lot more swing and misses. When he's on his game, that changeup is a devastating pitch, but that fastball with that increased velocity and the ride on it should play very, very well tonight against the Tigers.
Tigers typically have been a team that has struggled against hitting 4-seam fastballs this year. 5th worst OPS in all of baseball. This is their lineup with McGonigal and Dingler, a couple of all-stars at the top, plus Riley Green, an all-star for a 3rd straight year as well, batting in the cleanup spot. Torkelson hitting 5th. Kerry Carpenter DHing today as the Tigers pulled one out of their hat last night, scoring twice in the 9th inning.
And the defense behind Grayson Rodriguez tonight. When you think about Eagles, he's more of a fly ball type of guy. Siri out in left field, 2 defensive runs saved for the Halos. We saw a lot more fly balls. Grayson Rodriguez, Trout, Adele in the outfield, Guzman, Neto.
and Grissom, and you got Shonewell playing against a tough lefty at first base. Will Hoppy behind the plate, but Siri, you know, he loves that action. And it's going to be some action out there with a fly ball, and he's going to have some fun at the plate. He's already between him and Grissom. They go, I can't wait to face Skubal tonight. I'm thinking, all right, I like that.
Siri already making friends out there in the left field corner, as well as the Angels try to get back in the win column. Look for their first victory after the All-Star break. Thought it was in hand last night, albeit a 1-0 game throughout. The Angels scored in the bottom of the first, and they held that 1-0 advantage until there were 2 out in the top of the 9th when Hao-Yu Lee cracked a double into the gap in right center field, scoring 2 runs. Those runs came around, but they got on base thanks to a hit by pitch and a walk, as we are underway with McGonigal fouling one back, and the Angels hoping for a better performance tonight at the end of the game and from their offense as well, though it won't be easy against Skubal.
No, it won't be, but you can score some runs early against them. That's why it's so important for that 0 to be put up for Grayson here in the first.
It's Kevin McGonigal swinging through that changeup, and it's 0-2. Opponents just 3 for 21 against Rodriguez this year on the changeup. All 3 hits are singles. But opponents are batting .337 against all of his other pitches combined. Goes to that changeup and can't get McGonigal to chase after it on 0-2.
Not a bad idea, especially the changeup before was more of an elevated one. He tried to get him to chase below the strike zone on this one.
Count 1 ball 2 strikes down. The Tigers rookie shortstop. As McGonigal fouls one back. We've seen him play shortstop and third base, play some second base as well.
You can get McGonigal to chase occasionally on the fastball just above the strike zone.
He's off that, and it's 2-2.
Doesn't seem like he chases a whole lot below the zone, so that tells you he prefers elevated pitches.
McGonigal from the Philadelphia area. First round pick of the Tigers just a few years ago. As he bounces one foul. You're familiar with his high school that he went to?
Oh yes. Oh yes.
Bonner?
Yes. Well, it's a combination. There's a number of schools when just a few years ago when I was going through there at the high school level, it was Monsignor Bonner, but now it's a combination school. But yes, all my nephews know him very, very well out there.
2 balls 2 strikes. That's off the plate. Bonner and Prendergast.
Yes.
To Monsignor and the Archbishop. They've combined forces,
yes,
like the mega powers in Drexel Hill. 3-2. McGonigal lifts one toward right center. Trout is on the move, and he can't get it. Smothers it with a dive. Keeps it in front. McGonigal takes for second base, and he races through to get ahead of the throw from Trout. It's double for McGonigal. Looked like former Philly Pete Rose on that headfirst dive into second base.
And Trout trying to run in there, get to that, keeps it in front with his body, gets up quickly. Fortunate enough to hit the glove and body. Otherwise, that would have been big time trouble to speed and McGonigal.
Well, certainly would have been an inside the park home run had it gone by Trout. What a dive into second base there by McGonigal. He had some air,
yes,
going into second base, diving in.
You know, he probably saw some highlights from the family about Pete Rose when he put on that Philly uniform. Pete Rose would just dive at any basis for fun anyhow.
That's exactly how it looked when McGonigal's dive into second base. Now Dingler, as he takes the high fastball.
It was a tough at bat too. It was good pitches that Rodriguez threw McGonigal throughout, and then that one got a little more of the plate, and he did a nice job of just making contact with it.
It's a strike, and it's 1-1. Dingler with 19 homers on the year, has driven in 60. Very productive offensive season for the guy that also won the American League's Gold Glove Award behind the plate last year. It's all come together for Dylan Dingler over the last couple of seasons. He gets hit by the pitch. It's exactly what we saw in the 9th inning yesterday that started the Tigers rally when Dingler was hit by Kirby Yates. Now hit by Rodriguez to make it 2 on, nobody out.
Yeah, just drop that wrist and runs and gets him right on the tricep area. Mentioned that the need for putting up a 0, especially because you look at Skubal, the numbers in the first inning against him, they're not unbelievably high, but when you think about power against him the first, before he settles down, that's what you're trying to do against him. So get a double play ball here if you can.
Try to do that against Colt Keith, who is playing third base today. This is McGonigal's dive into second base to start things off. Pete Rose-esque.
Oh, there's the base.
He launched himself.
Yes, he did.
Keith smacks one to left center and has a base hit. McGonigal races for the plate. Dingler heads for third. RBI for Keith, and a quick start for the Tigers. 1-0 they lead with nobody out here in the first.
Yeah, elevated fastball, and Keith has swung the bat very well against the Halos this season alone, and he just stayed on that one real well.
What's happening with Rodriguez's fastball? The firmness is there, but he has really gotten hit pretty hard with it.
And it's because when I mentioned going with the corners of it, he's a lot more of the middle part of the plate with it. And there's not a lot of movement to it. So it's so important to be able to get to those edges, shadows with it. But you also got to show on occasion that fastball downstairs. Because then if you train those, if you're a hitter, you're constantly looking for that fastball, the upper part of the strike zone, you're going to train your eyes there. But if you could throw the fastball down, move your eyes down, and then move it up, it's more difficult to make contact with it.
Riley Green had a good cut, and it's 0-2. Opponents entering today have hit .311 off the four-seam fastball of Rodriguez with 13 extra base hits.
Again, that was a fastball, got a lot more of the plate. So if you want to throw that, you have to show the fastball on occasion down.
Was upstairs even more with that one and brushes Green back. Opponents have hit .400 against his breaking pitches, so really it's just been the changeup. And if you become predictable in that nature, well, you're going to get hit even harder. It was the changeup there to come back and strike out Green.
That was great arm action on that changeup too.
So Rodriguez goes to his bread and butter pitch to finally get the first out.
So he just turns that one over where it starts. See, to make that fastball more effective, you throw that same plane on the fastball whereas the changeup, they have to look down there. Now everything upstairs, they're thinking that's the four-seam fastball. Reed Detmer's done a great job. Remember, he threw a lot of four-seamers up. His fastball, even yesterday game, was so effective down.
Here's a fly ball left center field. Spencer Torkelson sends one out, and it is gone. A 3-run homer to make it a 4-run first inning, as Grayson Rodriguez gets pelted here by the Tigers right out of the gate.
Really good to see where that fastball was when we show the highlight of it. I always wonder why you would throw Torkelson the first pitch fastball anyhow, because he hits fastballs extremely well.
Game calling, game planning, all the things we talk about. They need to sharpen up. That pitch is up and out.
Right out over the plate, arms extended. He's got great bat speed. That's why you want him to get up there. He's looking for an RBI. So you make him chase the first pitch, or if you throw him a fastball, that's got to be right in on the handle of the bat.
17th home run for Torkelson, only batting .206 on the season and has all those strikeouts, so certainly a big hole in his swing, but not on that pitch. There's Carpenter popping one up. This is Zach Neto's ball on the left side with the second out of the inning as Carpenter pops out. We'll see it with Skubal. It's exactly what you're talking about when it comes to Rodriguez, who has a great changeup clearly. And he has a hard fastball, but he's not tunneling them together. He's not playing them off each other, and that's exactly what Skubal does, maybe better than anyone else.
Tremendously well. We're going to show that throughout the game. Hopefully he's not on his game tonight, but that's what he does when you're right on there. Fastball, changeup. We're going to show the tunneling, how they're the same exact spot, how they play off each other in and out of the strike zone.
1 ball, 1 strike on McKinstry, and what you're talking about with Rodriguez, his fastball's on one plane, his changeup is on another, so you know what's coming. There's that good changeup, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes.
If you throw a fastball on that plane, it's going to make that changeup better, but also when you want to ride that fastball upstairs, they're not going to be on it.
He's never really thrown a two-seamer in his career. You think that could be something added to the repertoire?
100%. 100%. unless you're comfortable making sure the key to that four-seamer is you got to really get over that front leg effectively to be able to work that down. But that wasn't a bad one there. That's a good pitch.
Right.
I think he's got a chance to get him to swing at a changeup now after that fastball there.
Ran the count full on McKinstry. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Let's see if the Angels go for here. And it was that changeup.
You could see his swing there.
Yep.
I know sometimes it's tough to settle down in that first inning. You have your warm-up session. You're amped up, ready to go out there and perform. So you elevate and miss some spots, but you got to work downstairs with that fastball to make that changeup even better.
Long first inning here, the 27th pitch, and it's ball 4 to McKinstry. And with that, you start to wonder if the bullpen will get a phone call just because of the length of this inning for Rodriguez, throwing this many pitches this early in the game. It's a walk to McKinstry.
And he's still, you know, you got to think he hasn't pitched in a long time. He's 31 innings pitched this season. So there's not a lot of mileage on that arm over the last few years as far as going out there and competing.
Pitched last Friday in Minnesota. His last start gave up 3 runs in 5 1/3 innings. There have been some good games for Rodriguez. His best game this year was in Detroit when he faced the Tigers at Comerica Park and allowed just 1 run on 2 hits in his 5 innings of work. It seemed like he was starting to turn the corner. That was his 3rd start back, and then he had a couple of rough ones. So he really hasn't found that groove. Then he ended up on the injured list again with that back issue. Strike on the fastball to Matt Vierling, batting in the number 8 spot for the Tigers. Much of an offensive season for Vierling, a guy who can bounce around, play a lot of different positions. Only a .264 on base percentage. Tigers rely heavily on versatility, guys who can move around, use their left-right splits as much as they can to their advantage. Vierling smacks one to left field. Moving over forward is Siri to make that play and end the inning. 8 batters for the Tigers. 4 of them score in the first.
Yep, just got back.
The Angels. Zach Neto will lead it off against Tarek Skubal as we present you our Wells Fargo Active Cash Credit Card Active Mike.
Well, I think that's the type of player he is, right? He loves the spotlight. He loves the big moment. He loves facing the best, and that's, you can't teach that. You know, that's just kind of how he is, and that's what makes him the special player.
Kurt Suzuki on Zach Neto, who not only has the 2 homers off Skubal, he's a couple off Jacob deGrom. He has a long list of All-Stars and Cy Young winners that he has taken deep.
Yeah, he rises to that occasion. He loves the very best. Our Hyundai key for the game today, we're going poison. Every rose has its thorn, and I'll tell you right now, for Skubal, that thorn is Zach Neto. I mean, he's so good, Tarek Skubal, but that swing and the power for Neto against him, needs to get this going right away to be able to spark that offense going after a tough top of the first where they scored 4 runs, the Tigers.
Well, Skubal winning back-to-back Cy Young awards, and what prevented him from making a run for a 3rd straight this year was a few thorns in his elbow, loose bodies to be exact, and he underwent kind of a unique surgery, at least a newly presented surgery from Dr. Elitrach, a nanoscope surgery to remove those loose bodies in his elbow and really have a better recovery, a quicker recovery, to miss less time. And that's what Skubal did. He was only out about 6 weeks. He was throwing bullpens only about 2 or 3 weeks after having that surgery. So it was a quick recovery. It seemed to work, although he has not quite been as dominant since coming back.
Yeah, and you know, his fastball's been hit a little bit this year, not for a high batting average necessarily, but for some power for sure. But he did get back awfully quick.
Yeah, very quick, as Neto on a check swing. It's right back to Skubal. So Neto will have to wait if he's going to have a 3rd straight game with a home run off of Skubal. It does not come to lead things off. Simpson Chevy gives us the Angel lineup with Mike Trout batting 2nd behind Neto, then Grissom hitting 3rd. A lot of right-handers in there, pretty much all right-handers except for Nolan Shonowell batting in the 6th spot today. And that goes against the numbers for Skubal this year, who for whatever reason has had a harder time with left-handed batters than righties this season.
Well, my theory in that one, because if your number one pitch is a changeup, you kind of take that away as a left-handed batter because it's going to go into your swing path. 3 home runs allowed, 284, almost 90 points higher for lefties.
Hasn't always been the case for Skubal, really just this season. 1 ball, 1 strike on Mike Trout. Trout trying to inside out one down the right field line. It's foul.
By the way, Skubal went with slider, changeup, a 4-seam fastball well out of the strike zone, and a changeup against Neto. Did a Jacob DeGrom on him.
Yeah.
He threw 3 straight sliders to him last night. We're thinking there's no way he's not going to go after with a fastball.
Neto hits a lot of home runs off of high velocity fastballs. I mean, he really ambushes those types of pitches. Certainly the better pitcher's aware of that and can do something about it. Trout can't hit the fastball upstairs here. 97 right by him for the strikeout, 2 down.
My go-tos for the Halos to have success against Skubal here. First couple batters, tougher time. Score early before he settles in. And we talked about that first inning. He's given up 5 home runs in the first inning this season and hit those mistakes for power. Allowed 10 home runs this season. You got to make sure you're in position to be able to drive at it. It's above the strike zone. It's going to be tough to do anything with that one.
A little cue shot from Grissom on the first pitch, and this ends up being just a 9 pitch. Bottom of the first for Tarik Skubal.
Off this hat right here.
Couple of pinch me moments for Tigers starting pitcher Troy Melton, who got to pitch here at the Big A last night for the first time in his career. Grew up about 10 minutes from the Big A. Grew up a huge Angels fan. He told me before the game today, every memory he has in Major League Baseball leading up until he played was here at this stadium. Now, his high school team played here a few times. His senior year was the only time he got to play in a game here. He's bottom right corner of the photo. He said, and they got no hit in that game. That was the last. He was also the last out of that game. So he said last night getting to pitch here for the first time was just a little bit better. And obviously Mike Trout, one of his favorite players growing up, did get a chance to face him in Detroit last year. But last night hearing the PA announcer, whose voice he also recognized because it's Phil Hollett's voice. He's the announcer for the Ducks. He's a huge Ducks fan. He said, number 27, Mike Trout, that was quite the moment for him. He was the best player of the generation I grew up watching. But once he's in the box, have to treat it like any other player. Now, guys, he said he thought about 60 or 70 people were going to be in attendance here last night for him. Turned out to be about 200. But he said, hopefully next time I'm not as nervous.
Oh, you could tell he was a little bit nervous in the first inning, overthrew some pitches, but after that, he was really, really good. I mean, his cutter was 94, 95.
Struck out 9 in the game yesterday, and Cater Montero fanned 5, so 14 strikeouts from the Tigers' 2 pitchers last night. Montero just finished the game with 3 1/3 innings to wrap it up, including after the Tigers took the lead in the top of the 9th inning. So those 2 were excellent. Melton with a very good homecoming. There's James Outman, who has a base hit. Those are few and far between for Outman. Hitting just 152 for the season. You know, he had that breakout year for the Dodgers a few years ago where he was 3rd in Rookie of the Year voting. Looked like he was going to be the everyday center fielder there. And then all of a sudden he just stopped hitting. And he's only batted 144 over the last 3 seasons entering today.
Yeah, he's always had good speed. He's a good defender. And I remember even in some spring training games watching the ball off the bat, the sound was impressive. And then all of a sudden he stopped hitting.
And he has a hit to lead things off here in the 2nd inning tonight. Brings up McGonigal. Saw a hanging curve, but could only foul it off. Tigers scored 4 runs in the top of the first, including Spencer Torkelson's 3-run homer. McGonigal kicked off the rally with a double and a Pete Rose dive into second base.
Very difficult guy to strike out.
McGonigal had one of the softer hit balls by the Tigers in the first inning. Everything else they've squared up pretty well. They've hit 4 balls over 100 miles an hour already, including that last one by Outman.
Tigers don't do a whole lot of running. This is one of those counts where you feel they might try something.
Pretty big lead at first for Outman as McGonigal takes ball 3. A.J. Hinch said last night they ran more because they weren't hitting much, so he was trying to find a way to get something jump started from an offensive standpoint. The Tigers never had multiple base runners in an inning until the 9th inning yesterday. Fastball right in there, and a full count now on McGonigal. It's 3-2.
Now you would think for sure he's going here. There's a lot of trust in McGonigal making contact. He doesn't strike out a whole lot. He's actually walked more than struck out. So possible. See if he can get that ground ball.
Runner going as McGonigal slashes one foul. We talked last night about how difficult McGonigal is to strike out. It really takes it to a different level when he's facing a right-handed pitcher. He has 48 walks and only 35 strikeouts against right-handed pitching this season.
Still think there's a way you get him to chase a slider, that back foot slider.
Outman running again. McGonigal slaps one toward left. It falls in front of Siri for a hit. So the Tigers started off with back-to-back singles.
To go back to that game last night, you kept him basically off the bases, and that's why you got to think you got to win that game.
McGonigal was 0 for 4 yesterday, but he's 2 for 2 so far tonight in 2 innings. Now the batter will be Dingler, who has been hit by a pitch in consecutive plate appearances. Happened in the 9th inning yesterday. Kirby Yates hit him to start the top of the 9th. And he walked Riley Green with 1 out. Was able to retire Kerry Carpenter before Hao-Yu Lee smacked that double into the gap in right center field and turned the game around entirely, giving the Tigers a 2-1 lead.
Listen, they're pointing up at you, Wayne.
Pointing somewhere. Ohapi has been chatting with the home plate umpire, Ryan Wills, the home plate umpire today. Whatever it was seems to be figured out now.
Maybe for the pitch timer.
Outman at second base, McGonigal at first. Good speed for the Tigers. Ball 1 to Dylan Dingler. Maybe Ohapi was just admiring the California Spectacular out there in left center field.
Yes. As we all do.
Pointing it out to Ryan Wills. Dingler almost got hit again.
Yes.
If he gets hit again, we're going to make Blake look it up how many times in a row somebody has been hit the most in Major League history. There it is. Spectacular indeed.
It is.
Right here in California. Three 3-0 the count. Looks like Suter has started throwing in the Angel bullpen. .97 on that fastball from Grayson Rodriguez, and that was one in the upper corner. Kind of the same type of pitch that you thought he would have success with.
It's got to be on the corner at it, though.
3 balls and a strike here. Dingler chops that one foul.
Now you got one of those counts when you have 2 guys with good speed on the bases for the Tigers. And they don't run a lot, but you saw Outman going in a 3-2 count with McGonigal because of his controlling of the strike zone. There is a punch out in Dingler's game. Might be able to get a strike him out, throw him out if they do go.
He got hit again. All right, Blake, go to work. That's 3 straight plate appearances for Dylan Dingler in which he's been hit by a pitch.
Boy, it spins. He leans out over the plate too on that.
Maybe he already looked up the record and wants to try to go for it. Shonowell saying, I thought some of our guys got hit a lot. This is ridiculous. 3 in a row for Dingler.
Ron Hunt. Remember, he was the guy that was hit so often, passed away yesterday.
Dingler doing his best Ron Hunt impersonation. Here's a fly ball to center from Keith as Trout goes to the warning track to catch it. All of the runners tag out. It's an RBI as Outman scores. McGonigal goes to third base and Dingler to second on a sacrifice fly from Keith to make it 5-0.
Another pitch in the middle part of the plate. Bases loaded, though. You gotta throw strikes. Just trust the defense, and that ball almost got out. Keith has really hit the Angels hard all year.
Keith, another guy, has shown more power here of late. The Tigers have the second most runs scored in the American League since June 1st. They've hit the second most homers in all of baseball since then.
At this point right now, if you're Grayson Rodriguez, to give your team a shot, you got to have some soft contact on the infield right here. Keep the runner to third. Interesting where McGonigal's at. He's all way in the infield grass.
Well, we talked about that when we were in Detroit. Now, when a left-handed batter is up, the Tigers elect to have that runner stay in fair territory down the third base line.
And the reason for that is the back pick. As a left-handed batter, you'll see that with catchers a lot. They throw the back pick, but it becomes a more difficult throw.
And the likelihood of a lefty hitting the ball straight down the third base line to even make that a risky play. Although the one time it happens, everybody's going to be climbing on A.J. Hinch.
Yes.
Because there is some risk there. If Green hits a line drive right at McGonigal and hits him, he's out.
Yep.
So there is some risk, and I don't know if the risk is worth the reward. No balls and 2 strikes on Riley Green with the infield in. Here's a fly ball to center. This will score another run. Trout makes the catch as McGonigal comes in. Going to third base is Dingler. And it's 6-0 here in favor of the Tigers.
Another changeup upstairs.
So 2 outs now and a runner on third base. I guess the question would be, and I'm sure the Tigers have answered this question, what's more likely to happen? The left-handed batter hitting a line drive right off the runner who is standing in fair territory down the third base side, or the back pick that you talked about?
Yeah, I think the percentages are way higher. You see that a lot in baseball where catchers, certain teams, especially certain catchers, automatic on that first pitch will throw a back pick. And you have no real clear path to throw that ball as a catcher.
Didn't really talk about it last night because the Tigers never had a man standing on third base yesterday. The only 2 guys who made it to third base both rounded third and scored on the double by Lee in the 9th inning. They never had a man standing on third base in the game yesterday. They've had plenty so far here to start this game. 6-run start for the Tigers against Rodriguez. And Torkelson responsible for half of that with a 3-run homer. Ball 2 strikes, the 17th home run for Torkelson. He's hit 31 home runs in a season a couple of times, including last year. A swing and a miss on the changeup to end the inning. It is Disability Pride Night in partnership with Easter Seals Southern California. Easter Seals makes a lasting difference in the community by providing essential disability services to children, adults, and their families. Angels are behind 6-0 against the Tigers here tonight. It is a pretty night at Angel Stadium.
Beautiful night here.
We've got that going for us.
It's got to respond here as an offense. You just got to start finding ways to show some fight here and get back in this game against the best in the game here on the mound.
Yeah, a guy who certainly has been over the last few seasons, Tarek Skubal. He wasn't like this when he came up, at least in terms of his dominance. Jorge Soler at the plate here. It took him a couple of years to get there, and he had flexor tendon surgery in 2022. It cost him the last several weeks of that season and the first half of 23. Then when he came back up in the second half of 23, all of a sudden he was one of the best pitchers in baseball. He was the American League Pitcher of the Month in September of 2023, and the Cy Young winner in 24 and 25. And there's strike three right down the pipe to Soler.
He threw him a changeup the one before, and then he paints a fastball 97.
At least he didn't challenge this one.
No. But when you look at his body and the way he uses his lower half of his body, that's where you see he can generate that arm action to be able to throw upper 90s, but also have that great feel for his changeup. Although Verlander a little bit taller than Skubal, the same type of build to it, and they're able to drive and use that lower half so well.
Easy ground ball off the bat of Adele, and that's 2 up 2 down for Skubal here in the second.
Take a look at our StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud. What that pitch arsenal is when you think about tunneling that four-seamer and changeup out of that arm slot. Fastball can ride upstairs and run that changeup same plane, then drop it below the strike zone. But he also will throw his fastball the lower half to set up that good changeup too.
There's Nolan Shotwell, the only lefty in the Angel lineup tonight. As Skubal thought he had a strike there, and Dingler seems to agree. Tigers challenge powered by T-Mobile.
This is super close, but I think he's going to be correct.
It is a strike.
There's a strike. Detroit has 2 remaining.
You can almost hear Shotwell going, with his stuff, he's going to get that one like that. That's not right. That ain't fair.
Well, the robot said so. Shotwell looping one over second. He has a base hit. So the only lefty in the Angel lineup. We talked about the reverse splits for Skubal this year. Well, the righties are 0 for 5 and the lefty 1 for 1.
And it's that changeup too. Mention how, look, Wayne, look where this changeup rides to. Goes in the inner half of the plate. It gives you a chance as a lefty to make, oh, it wasn't hit extremely hard, but it gives you a chance to lift that baseball in the air because that changeup's working in the direction of where your barrel of your bat is.
Yeah, Skubal isn't afraid of the left-on-left changeup. There's a bouncer up the middle by Guzman, handled by McGonigal to end the inning. And there's Chuck Finley. He's the all-time leader in wins in Angels history, and he is our key player profile tonight.
I just love watching him compete. Yeah, that great splitter.
There's
He's
Devo
out there every single game. Shutout machine.
And an absolute mountain of a man, too.
Gigantic.
Chuck Finley threw out the first pitch today. Didn't roll it like Clyde Wright did last night.
Well, Clyde did roll in some food for us, though, today.
Yes, Clyde brought in some kind of food decor earlier today. Gary Carpenter with another high pop-up. Guzman chases it, but it's out of play. There's Chuck Finley with Molly Jolly, the Angels team president.
Clyde right behind him.
Clyde Wright in the background he's looking at the TV to see if he can see himself.
Yes.
Yeah, Clyde brought us some donuts and some pretzels today. And I think what he wrote, it's hard to whatever this language that he wrote in. It's hard. Look at this. Looks like a hostage wrote it. Can we show this?
Oh, I thought my handwriting was bad.
Look at this note. He gave us donuts and pretzels.
Yes.
And he said something along the lines of, don't eat the donuts, but the pretzels are okay. There's a bouncing ball. It's Guzman with the scoop. And that's the first out here in the third as Carpenter grounds out. So this was the first pitch from Chuck Finley tonight. And I think he's still got a few innings in him. So then But this is from Clyde Wright, who rolled the first pitch yesterday. And he wrote, this is what he wrote. Okay.
That was so good.
This is, look at this.
Yes.
Thanks for the love. I would not eat the donuts. Pretzel, okay, ha ha.
I'm feeling good about my handwriting now.
Right. I'm feeling good that I could decipher this Morse code or whatever he wrote. An infield hit for McKinstry. This was Clyde yesterday, rolling the ball to home plate. So then today he brought us pretzels, which I guess he wanted to give us something that we could actually eat, because he brought us donuts as well that he put a bunch of bowling pins in because we said he bowled the first pitch. It was a whole spectacle. He had him in holiday bags and everything.
Yes. He is a treat.
So that's from Clyde.
Yes. Finn was awesome on there, the pregame show with Erica too. Finn is, his sense of humor is off the charts. He's the best. When he was on the mound though, not the kindest guy.
No, I would think that it would have been tough to go after Chuck Finley.
Oh yes.
Balls, no strikes on Matt Vierling, and a fly ball to left center is pretty deep. Trout goes back for it out near the wall, and he makes the catch. McKinstry will stay at first. Vierling gave that ball a pretty good ride as he flies out. They gave an error on that last play, by the way, to Grissom. Ranged up the middle, made an off-balance throw to first, and throw pulled Shotwell off the bat.
By the way, whenever the Angels had a bench clearing brawl, somehow, some way, Finn was at the bottom of the pile, just tossing people. Every time. Every time. Everyone's like, oh, there's Chuck Finley.
That used to happen a lot more. Why were you guys so cranky in that era? Why are you guys always fighting?
You see our uniforms? We never had any good spreads after the game either.
Runner going, and a throw to second base is in time. McKinstry caught stealing by O'Hoppe to win the inning.
Quick tag on that one, got him for sure.
Couple of quick innings to start for Tarek Skubal tonight. Yeah, it's not quite been the same since that elbow surgery that he had, and again it was a different type of surgery than the usual arthroscopic type surgery. It was called a nanoscope surgery to remove the loose bodies from his left elbow and get him back quickly, which it did do in that regard. His fastball's been the same, but he's allowed 8 home runs in the now 34 innings that he has pitched since that surgery.
Every time you say that surgery he had, I think of Mork and Mindy. We're in a throwback. You go nano.
Jose Siri with a count, no balls and 2 strikes. Mork and Mindy.
Mork and Mindy, yes.
Robin Williams, his early claim to fame.
Yes. Got that start on Happy Days too.
Mork?
Yes.
Or Robin? Or both?
Both.
No balls, 2 strikes on Siri. A foul.
Since we're throwing back to old shows.
We're certainly throwing them back now. But Mork and Mindy.
Yes. Come on, Wade. You had to watch Mork and Mindy.
No balls and 2 strikes. Well, when I was a kid, those shows weren't that old yet. But now they are. And so am I think. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Siri.
Well, according to Finn, when he was talking to Erica today, they can't even find any of my games on YouTube.
We all got problems. Erica's getting mammed to death last night by Grinlinger. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Jose Siri.
Everybody just letting us know how old we are.
Yeah, everybody really is. Nobody's holding back.
No.
It's all right. Clyde comes around, keeps us all honest, keeps us all feeling young.
Yes.
Siri's down on strikes, 1 away. 3rd strikeout for Skubal.
That's that changeup again. I'll tell you what, you go back to the last 2 seasons, 144 combined strikeouts with his changeup.
There's Logan O'Hoppe as he takes ball 1. Since the surgery and since the comeback for Skubal, he's allowed 8 home runs, as we mentioned, but he's only walked 5 hitters. He has 47 strikeouts during that time. And as he sits right now, he has the 2nd highest strikeout to walk ratio of all time. Only Jacob deGrom has a better one than Skubal. This is a strike thrower through and through.
Yeah, you got to earn your way, and that's why we were talking about, you know, go-tos. You just got to hit those mistakes.
And there's a line drive through and a base hit for O'Hoppe. So that 2-0 fastball was centered, and Logan O'Hoppe has a 1-out hit.
One of those mistakes. You want to throw that with middle part of the plate. He was able to get this one. Jumps on it. Good to see O'Hoppe get a base hit there. Just trying to get him back on track. As to a few weeks ago, he was getting hot, and then all of a sudden he's cooled down considerably, swinging the bat.
Under today, 6 for his last 56 as he gets the base hit here. Here's Zach Neto as he takes ball 1.
He's not throwing a fastball.
Well, Neto crushes fastballs. He has the most home runs and the most extra base hits in the major leagues on high velocity fastballs. Pitches 95 or harder.
Got what, 9 of them.
Ball, no strikes as Neto takes ball 2. 9 homers and 14 extra base hits total against those high velocity pitches. He leads both categories.
That's why he's got all those impressive numbers against the best of the best on the mound.
2 balls, no strikes on Neto here. Bounced out his first time. And there is the fastball as Skubal gets it by him for a strike. Two balls and 1 strike, the count on Zach. And he's out in front of that changeup 2-2. But you see the 2-0 fastball, and then the 2-1 changeup tunneled right through each other.
Exactly what we were talking about for Grayson and how important that is. So you're going to get a swing in there because he's thinking that same exact spot. Look at that changeup just drops below, but it was a good fastball before that. It's tough to throw a high fastball then throw the changeup down to get a lot of swing and misses and chases on.
2 balls, 2 strikes, the count on Neto. The ground ball to third is handled by Keith. Over to second for 1. Quick turn to first, not in time. And the Tigers immediately go to the phone in the dugout.
Skubal gave the sign to check that one.
So for now, Neto is safe at first. We'll see if Detroit wants to look at it. And they do. The Tigers believe this is an inning-ending double play, and it's close.
Yeah, it's very close.
Detroit is challenging a safe call at first base.
Very close. Is that heel on the bag there, or does the foot clamp down only with the ball of the foot?
I think if he's called out, it would stand.
Skubal wanted to go to the video review.
That's my buddy, Zach Neto, trying to get a double play against him.
It's very close. We'll see if this ends up standing or being overturned. Tigers trying to keep their ace happy. Trying to keep him in a Tiger uniform.
He'll do anything. Oh, yeah. I'll challenge that one. He immediately went to his head saying, challenge it.
Skubal is a free agent after this season.
After review, the call on the field is overturned. The runner is out.
And he does have a 3rd scoreless inning under his belt tonight. Monday, July 20th, the Angels take on the Cardinals and be one of the first 25,000 fans to get a throwback clear backpack courtesy of State Farm. Angels.com/promotions for more info.
Great giveaway.
You know, school will be here before you know it, so you're going to have that nice backpack to take to school.
Didn't you remember those days when you saw those first commercials back to school?
Yeah.
How good you really felt?
Dreadful.
Oh.
Outman bounced out, 1 away. Kevin McGonigal will be the batter. 2 hits, 2 runs scored tonight. We were impressed by his head-first dive into second base earlier. Pete Rose style.
Very, very similar.
Yeah, very similar indeed. Although Pete's a little older in that one. Pete was already managing the Reds at that time.
Yeah, he had about
as the player manager
at that point.
Yeah, he was on his way to Ty Cobb. So that was Pete as he was a little bit older. Didn't quite have the same height to the dive with the hair flowing that we have seen in the past. 1 ball, 1 strike on McGonigal. As Pete Rose surpassed Ty Cobb in the mid-1980s for the most hits, become the all-time hit king.
Lots of singles for Pete Rose.
I would say so.
He was an incredible player, though.
Played all over.
Oh, you talk about aggressive style of play.
And he was a winner. No question about that with the Reds and the Phillies.
I mean, at that point, the Phillies had never won a World Series, and they had been in existence forever. He pushed Mike Schmidt to get to that next level, and a number of those great young Philly players.
Swing and a miss by McGonigal as he went upstairs with that high fastball from Rodriguez.
Happened often. This is 59th strikeout to go along with 60 walks. You mentioned it. That's the pitch you got to go with, the high fastball against it, because he likes elevated pitches. Just got to go above those letters.
McGonigal is trying to become the first rookie age 21 or younger to have more walks than strikeouts in a season since Gary Sheffield in 1990.
Well, I remember that bat speed. Wow.
Oh. Sheffield came up as a Milwaukee Brewer then.
For me, he's a borderline Hall of Famer, if not a Hall of Famer.
500 home runs.
And you ask any pitcher that ever faced him, they'll say the same thing, Hall of Famer. Just that bat speed alone.
3 balls, no strikes on Dingler, who's been hit now in 3 straight plate appearances. It's only the 20th instance of a player getting hit in 3 straight plate appearances since 1920. The record is for Josh Harrison in April of 2017. One other Tiger had done it. It was also a catcher, Bill Freehan. 3 balls and a strike. So we told you Blake would figure it out. He did.
I always remember Bruce Keeson once telling me a story, because he was a former Angel himself, or throwback week here. I think he hit 3 batters to start a game one time. And that's the way Bruce Keeson was, that's for sure.
3 balls, 2 strikes. As Dingler smashes one toward left center. Trout with a good jump, couldn't quite get there, and it goes by him. It goes all the way to the wall. So Dingler ends up at second base. Trout was tracking it. He had a good jump after it, but couldn't quite reach it. And the ball will skip right by him.
Another well hit baseball too. Another hard hit fastball, and you see the spot it was thrown. 104 miles an hour off the bat.
So Dingler is in scoring position with 2 outs, and now Colt Keith will be the batter.
I think they're going to challenge this one.
Catcher challenging the ball call.
Super close.
It was a challenge. Los Angeles has 2 remaining. It is a strike.
Just barely touched the zone.
Swing and a miss by Keith. No balls, 2 strikes.
Interesting mask here too with Hoppy behind the plate. He's got the old hockey mask on tonight.
So kind of toggle around with different masks over the last few years.
You showed me something about a couple weeks ago where he had a different helmet along with the mask.
He's been riddled with foul balls clanking off him all season. No balls, 2 strikes. As Keith takes ball 1. I mean, he's really taken a beating behind the plate throughout the year. The Angels have been trying to encourage him to protect himself a little bit more however he can with that mask. High bouncer, tough play here for Neto. Fires it to first, wide, and Keith is safe. Second hit for Keith.
And a sac fly also. Did everything he could on this one.
Even a perfect throw would not have gotten Keith. So the Tigers keep this inning going with 2 outs, back-to-back hits to bring up Riley Green. Green a sac fly his last time. Green was one of the starters for the American League in the outfield this past Tuesday at the All-Star game. Second outfielder in Tigers history to go to the All-Star game in 3 straight years, joining Mr. Tiger, Al Kaline.
Well, he was an incredible human being, besides an unbelievable baseball player.
3,000 hits for Al Kaline as a Detroit Tiger. Green skies one to center. Trout backs up to get in position and makes the catch. The ultimate goal of an MLB fan, to see them all. The MLB Journey 30 sweepstakes presented by T-Mobile, the ultimate bucket list, and to offer you a chance to win trips to all 30 ballparks. And you can visit MLB.com/journey-to-30-sweeps. Happy birthday to Isaiah, who was
happy birthday.
One of those kids bouncing around ahead of the Angels batting with Mike Trout here in the bottom of the 4th against Tarik Skubal.
Challenging with that fastball upstairs. Remember, he punched out Trouty to first at bat on an elevated fastball. He'll throw a sinker and a 4-seam fastball.
Trout struck out against him in the 1st inning. Skubal had a career high 241 strikeouts last year. Led the American League with 228 strikeouts 2 years ago, as he won the pitching Triple Crown.
Impressive to do that.
Led the American League in wins, ERA, and strikeouts. 3rd Tiger to do that. This ball hit toward the right field line as it slices out of play. Hal Newhouser did it. Verlander did it. And Tarik Skubal, 3rd Tiger to do that for their organization. It was the 39th pitching Triple Crown in Major League history. Strike 3 called to Trout as Skubal burns that fastball over the inside corner. 4th strikeout tonight for Skubal. There's the Triple Crown winners in the American League since divisional play began. Clemens doing it in back-to-back years in '97 and '98. Verlander got his in 2011.
Wow, impressive. They give you a Triple Crown for that if you lead a league in hit by pitches, walks, and wild pitches.
It's a different kind of crown, I think.
Well,
it's the AAA crown, I think, is what they call that one.
They might have a shot at that.
No balls and a strike on Vaughn Grissom. Skubal also the 5th American League pitcher to win back-to-back Cy Young Awards. Denny McLain did it as a Tiger. Jim Palmer, Roger Clemens, Pedro Martinez, the others in the American League to win 2 in a row. No balls, 2 strikes on Grissom. Talking about the draft the other day. Everybody pays attention to the 1st round, especially the first half of the 1st round. Guys who are really heavily scouted and talked about. I bet a lot of people aren't paying attention when the 9th round comes around, and I'm sure Tiger fans didn't care much in 2018 when the Tigers drafted Skubal in the 9th round out of Seattle University. Well, they're paying attention now.
That's the beauty of baseball in the draft. I mean, you could get some guys that, you know, there was a lot more rounds there a while ago, but it's not a perfect science. I mean, the first round picks, even the first overall picks, may be good, may not be good, but you can also get guys like Skubal in that 9th round.
Skubal had Tommy John surgery while he was in college. Seattle University was the only place even to give him a scholarship, so he was a late bloomer, to be sure.
That's why it's so important to have really solid scouting in your organization.
Grissom taps one toward the middle. It's over the head of McKinstry. As Grissom just looped it through and has a 1-out single.
Third hit for the Halos, and none of those hits really have been hit hard against them yet. And then when you throw a changeup, a lot of times they're not going to be hit hard.
Willie O'Hoppe had the hardest hit so far for the Angels when he singled in the 3rd inning.
It's only, what, 88 miles an hour exit velocity.
Ray Soler with a foul back, and it's 0-1. Angels making Skubal work a little bit more. He only threw 18 pitches in the first 2 innings of this game. It's a guy with 2 Cy Young awards, couple of 200 strikeout years, some great postseason performances. He's only had 1 complete game, though, in his major league career. 1 ball, 1 strike on Soler.
I think by the time when he finished that game with about 102-mile-an-hour fastball, I think, too.
Yeah, it was a 13 strikeout game against Cleveland last May. His only major league complete game. Says he tries to talk AJ Hinch into it, but AJ often does not go for it. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Said if he's at 85-90 pitches, then sure, why not?
Catcher challenging the ball call.
Dingler's been pretty good at these challenges.
I don't think he's going to be all that good on this one, though. I just feel that feeling.
And he just missed it.
Here's the ball. Detroit has 1 remaining.
Swing and a miss. Soler cuts right through that 97-mile-an-hour fastball.
Right after him and challenge him almost the exact same spot, but this time in the strike zone at the upper part.
2 outs in the inning. Batting average really dropping for Soler. Pretty good start to the year. Had a lot of home runs in the first month of the season. Soler batting around 190 since the beginning of May.
You know you have a good changeup when you get a swing like that from Joe Adell that far off the plate with it. The way he turns that over. Got to get Joe back to just that 2-strike approach just to get him locked back in and drive one to right field to get him hot again. That big series went down in Texas for the break. Tough time in Minnesota.
1 ball, 2 strikes here on Adell. He grounded out his first time. A lot of these Angel hitters just out in front of that changeup, even when they have made contact.
You can't sit on his changeup either because he throws too hard. A lot of times everyone sit on the all speed, but you can't. He throws that firm.
Swing and a miss. There is the fastball. Skubal blows it right by at 98 to end the inning. On ABTV, brought to you by Villa Ford of Orange. Step up to the plate and drive home a winner today at Villa Ford of Orange. And by StubHub, a proud partner of Angels baseball. It is 6-0 in favor of the Tigers. All 6 runs against the starter Grayson Rodriguez in the first 2 innings. Rodriguez was able to get through the 3rd and the 4th without any more damage, but now he's out of the game and Brent Suter is in the game.
36th game for Suter.
Ball 1 to Spencer Torkelson with a 3-run homer. I'll tell you who the happiest guy in the ballpark probably is about a 6-0 lead. Not only because it's his team that he's working for, but because he's got a flight to catch. Jason Benetti over there on Tigers TV.
Yes.
You know, when it's 6-0, you can pretty much. There's a fly ball to right center. Trout going back for it out near the wall, and it's gone again. Torkelson sends his 2nd home run out, and it's 7-0.
Yeah, he's got tremendous power. That's another fastball hard of the plate, and he does not miss fastballs at all.
'18th home run for Torkelson, 2 tonight. He's got a few against the Angels now this year.
That's right down the heart of the plate there too.
Now it's 7-0. When really what I'm trying to say is when you're trying to catch a red eye after one of these games out here on the West Coast, which I certainly do, you want to rule out extra innings.
Yes.
And when it's 7-0, you feel pretty good that extra innings aren't going to happen. So Benetti's probably thinking right now, I'm going to make this midnight flight to New York, and all is gravy in his world.
Wait, that's the 13th home run on fastballs by Torkelson this season. 13.
Balls and a strike on Kerry Carpenter. Yankees and Dodgers will be the Sunday night game tomorrow, which they'll play 2 tomorrow because they got rained out today.
A lot of rain back east.
Carpenter pops up another one.
He's hit a lot of pop-ups in this series.
Shotwell makes the catch. Even in the last at bat when he grounded out, he had a pop-up that just landed foul. Cleveland has come back to walk off Pittsburgh 5-3. They split their doubleheader today.
They were up 3-0 in that game. Pittsburgh. They were trying to get what 5-6 games over 500.
Bazzana hit a walk-off homer for the Guardians. Cleveland still tied for first in the AL Central at the White Sox. They lost to the Blue Jays today 1-0. Shane Bieber pitched well.
Another Orange County kid.
Cubs celebrated their 2016 championship today. 10 years in the making with a 6-2 win over the Twins at Wrigley Field.
They win in 16.
They did. They won the whole thing.
Just trying to remember that one.
Well, John Lackey was on that team.
Yes, he was. Lackey's got quite a few rings.
How about Lackey? He was one of the only World Series in Angels history. He was part of a Red Sox championship, although not on the curse-breaking team, but still part of that lore, winning a World Series with the Boston Red Sox, and then with the Cubs.
Yeah, Game 7 here.
Yes, 2002. He was as a rookie.
Yes. He was. You talk about competitive.
Our buddy Kyle Hendricks threw out the first pitch at Wrigley today.
Oh, he did.
To represent the 16 championship.
Really liked watching him pitch last year for the Halos.
3-2 on McKinstry. Soler was on that championship team in 16. There's Tim Buss.
Yes.
I had to go at it without Tim Buss today on the reunion.
He did a little conversation with Anthony Rizzo, though.
We did, and David Ross.
Yes.
In their podcast about the reunion. 2 outs as McKinstry pops out. Tim Buss had a lot to say. I would encourage you to listen to Tim Buss reliving that season with Anthony Rizzo and David Ross, just so you know the personality of the Busman.
Yes.
That's really the only reason. Just so you know who Tim Buss is. Just go listen. Just toggle through that interview that he had with Rizzo and David Ross.
Catcher challenging the ball call.
Then you'll get to know everything you need to know about Tim Buss.
It's all over the strike zone here.
It is a strike.
The ball's in a strike on Matt Vierling. It's a foul ball and it's 0-2. Only one other game in progress right now. The A's have a 6-0 lead on Washington, and JT Ginn has another no-hit bid going.
Wow.
He's through 5 innings against the Nationals in West Sacramento, where he took one into the 9th inning here at Angel Stadium earlier this year. Vierling's down on strikes, and it's 7-0. Let's flash you back. We take a look at Brian Downing, who hit a lot of leadoff home runs as an Angel, and 222 overalls. We cover every base with Mercedes-Benz. All these guys on this list covered some bases. Mike Trout, of course, the all-time Angel leader in homers. Tim Salmon, GA, Brian Downing, Albert Pujols, the top 5.
It was one of those 222 home runs. Still not real happy about that one. It was 0-0 game. Not that I've let it go, and he hit a 2-run home run off me in the 6th or 7th inning, and that's the way it ended, 2-0.
Well, why'd you do that?
That wasn't smart.
1 ball, 1 strike on James Outman leading off the 6th inning. What is the one pitch that you still think about that really sticks in your craw the most? I know, besides the Molitor thing.
Larry Parrish down in a walk-off. The only time that walked off a 2-run home run against, we had a 1-0 lead down in Texas, the original ballpark there in Texas. I'm still mad at that one.
Yeah, that's a tough way to lose a game.
But the only thing I was able to at least breathe after that, he hit it to right field. He didn't pull it. It was a slider and he went yard.
There's a fly ball to right center field that sends Trout back. And he has some room to pull this one down off the bat of Outman. One away here in the 6th inning.
I remember that game so well. I remember Danny Tartar was playing right field, and Willie Wilson said, "No, don't let anything over your head." Double over his head to start off the inning. And then a 2-run walk-off home run. That's always fun when you get walked off, on a home run at a visiting ballpark like that. It really makes you feel good, that long walk to the dugout.
I bet it did.
Oh yeah, it's refreshing.
Larry Parrish.
Yes. His stance was this straight up, and he had some unbelievable power.
And they related, Larry and Lance?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
They were both giant humans. I know that. Maybe that's how they were related.
There's a chopper to first as Shotwell grabs that, retires McGonigal. 2 outs as we take a ride with Hyundai.
Enjoy your new car.
Thanks. Gotta run. Okay, bye.
Deal so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event.
Larry Parrish actually managed the Tigers for a short while. As Lance Parrish was a member of their '84 championship team. Dylan Dingler has been hit by 2 pitches tonight and has a double to his credit. We were talking about hit batsmen to start a game. Well, Doc Ellis in a Reds Pirates game in 1974 hit the first 3 batters. Pete Rose, Joe Morgan, and Dan Dreesen. Then he walked in Rose when he walked Tony Perez to score Rose, and then they took him out of the game. So how about that for a day at the office? 3 hit batsmen, a walk, and that first run coming home on the bases loaded walk, and then see you later. Who knows what Doc was working with that day, though.
Exactly.
Him and Clyde Wright both. There's a strike to Dingler, 3-2.
That's with a throwback week here for the Halos. There were some interesting players in the 70s and 80s, though.
No question.
Oil Can Boy was one of my all-time faves with the Red Sox.
Dingler threw his bat
Batter challenging the strike call
and challenged. He thought he had walked, and the umpire called it strike 3.
Not going to work out good for him. He's 0 for 2, really.
Yeah, he lost a challenge as a catcher.
Detroit has no challenges remaining.
And now as a batter.
Getting that fastball consistently by the 4-seamer. Really good tonight for Scuba. 7 punch-outs, no walks in this game. Just 3 hits allowed, and none of them hit hard yet.
Now, this Tigers pitching staff in general has been amazing since the beginning of June. Their staff has a 2.95 ERA since June 1st. Their starters have been even better than that. We saw Melton was terrific last night, striking out 9 in 5 2/3 innings with only 1 run allowed. And now Skubal 7 strikeouts with 5 scoreless innings. Angels have not even put a hard hit ball into play tonight. Meanwhile, the Tigers have put 15 into play. Well, Hoppy out in front of that changeup, and it's 0-2.
Yeah, with their starters back being healthy, you wonder if there is a run in them. And so far, it looks like they've got it going again.
Well, they're hanging their hats on that. Casey Mize is going to pitch tomorrow. He's a free agent after the season as well. Framber Valdez had been on the bereavement list. He was just reactivated today. So between those starters, the Tigers feel pretty good about what they throw out there day in and day out. There's O'Hoppe smashing one the other way. So O'Hoppe has solved Skubal so far in this one. He's 2 for 2.
Felt like that was hit pretty hard. Stayed on that one real well. Still under 90 miles per hour exit velocity.
So to be considered hard hit, it has to be 95 or more off the bat, so that doesn't qualify either. But it is a second base hit regardless for O'Hoppe tonight. He'll take that against Skubal.
Now with 301 career hits with 2 hits tonight.
It's a 10th of the way to the Hall of Fame with that.
Yes.
300 hits. Zach Neto at the plate now. The Angels won't see Valdez in this series. They won't see Jack Flaherty. But those are the 5 Tiger starters. And then Cater Montero kind of works as a swingman, a 6th type starter. We saw him last night pitch a few innings. They have Kenley Jansen at the end of the game. So they feel like if they can hit some home runs and pitch well enough that they can win a bunch of games, as they have been doing since the beginning of June. And for now, the Tigers are holding off on any processes that include trading Skubal or Mize for that matter. Neto pops it up.
See how frustrated he was on that one. He felt that time he had a pitch. He's good on elevated pitches. Was right in that wheelhouse of 95+ mile-an-hour fastball, and he just popped it up.
1 out and Trout will bat. I'll tell you another thing too about the Tigers' chances. Well, if you get in the American League, who's the best team in the American League? By record, it's the Rays. But I don't know that they're all that much more impressive than any other team in the American League.
When you throw that starting staff for the Tigers in a 5-game series, that's pretty tough.
They can go toe-to-toe with the Rays pitchers in that regard. The Rays have good pitchers too. The Yankees probably would be considered the favorite in the American League if Aaron Judge is healthy, but we haven't seen Judge in 2 months, and the report from Brian Cashman a week ago or so didn't sound too optimistic about how Judge is feeling anyway.
Yep.
The Red Sox have won 12 in a row. They're suddenly in the mix. The White Sox, Cleveland, Minnesota, Texas, Seattle, Houston. Who's the best team in the American League? If you get into the playoffs in the American League, you have a chance to win the pennant, regardless of where you get in.
Still can't believe Boston's over 500 now. I guess if you win that many games in a row, there's a good chance you get over 500.
Yeah, 12 straight for the Red Sox. They beat Tampa Bay today 7-6. Scored 4 runs in the 7th to come back and win that game. Wilson Contreras has had a great year for Boston. Willie Abreu had 2 home runs today. Trout floats one toward the right field line. Vierling will not get there. It's a base hit. So 2 hits in the inning. Neither hit all that hard, but the Angels will take it, trying to get something going against Skubal.
Another baseball not squared up and placed perfectly. Batting practice, even seeing Ron Grissom today, because he was looking forward to this battle against Skubal. He got a base hit last at bat. There's an opportunity to get a little closer in this game.
So the Tigers will have a discussion. I'm going to find out what I'm going to eat after this game with Jack in the Box.
Don't get FOMO. Get my Philly-style bonus Jack combos and new Philly Munchie Meal.
Welcome to Jack in the Box.
Jack taking us to Philly.
Yes, indeed. From the Nick Foles Philly.
I'm sure it'll be tasting just like D'Alessandro's or whatever the place you like up there.
D'Alessandro's all-timer.
First and second, 1 out.
Jimmy Fallon in the Tonight Show even visited there not that long ago.
I'm sure you've already got Philly circled on the schedule for next year.
Indeed.
Angels will have a weekend series in Philadelphia next season. Be on the warmer side too, right? It's in the summer, I think.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No humidity whatsoever either.
Yeah, we'll break a sweat. It's good for us.
Yes, it is.
JT Ginn's no hit bid is through 6 innings now against the Nationals tonight. So if he can hang on to this one, he's had 2 long no hit bids now this season. Ginn
in that ballpark, that's even more impressive.
Yeah, no kidding. Strike to Grissom, 1-2. Seen a lot of Angel hitters tied up tonight.
Yep, and that's that sinker right now. Now you feel Juan Grissom's going to have to deal with a changeup. And if that changeup starts towards the outside corner, you got to try your best not to go after, because it'd be a non-strike if he goes that way. He throws him in a fastball in.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Tigers are out of challenges. That probably would have been a strike had they had the ability to challenge it. 2-2 on Grissom with 1 out. Angels with a couple of base runners. Grissom with a ground ball to short, handled by McGonigal. 6-4-3 to get Skubal out of the 6th. Tarek Skubal roars as the Tigers have a 7-run lead. Beach Week is coming to the Big A. The first 25,000 fans Wednesday, July 29th against the Astros will receive a City Connect beach towel courtesy of Tempe Tourism. Visit angels.com/promotions for more info.
By the way, that's the 12th ground ball double play turn behind Skubal this year. 12th.
2 of them tonight.
Yes. Season just under 49% ground ball rate, but it's a lot of ground ball double plays when he hasn't pitched a ton. We had a little over 80 innings pitched, 12 ground ball double plays.
Skubal has been excellent tonight. 6 shutout innings. He's scattered 5 hits, all singles, and again all 5 hits have been with not much exit velocity to them. There's a line drive and a base hit from Keith.
Well, he continues to swing the bat well against the Halos. 3 more hits today.
We'll have our Hyundai 7th inning stretch coming up. Colt Keith is going to swing the bat a little bit better for the Tigers. 5th round pick back in 2020. He signed a pretty long contract before even getting to the major leagues. Had some good years in the minors. Started to swing the bat a little bit last season. And he really struggled in the playoffs last year. He was 3 for 33. Ball 1 to Riley Green.
Seven for 11 against the Halos this year.
Little bouncer toward Neto, who has the tag in front of him and throws for the safe at first. Green beats that out evidently. Neto tagged the runner Keith going by, and that throw to first looked pretty good.
Los Angeles challenging the safe call at first base.
Nicely done here by Neto. Tag for 1 out.
Got a lot on that throw.
And he's out there too.
Definitely out.
Always irks me when I'm ready to punch it.
Yes.
On a double play call and they can't get the call right at first. I can see it from here.
I mean, every once in a while you might want to drop the gloves.
The runners out. Los Angeles retains.
It was a double play and a good one turned by Neto.
Really good play by Neto.
And 2 outs, and the batter will be Torkelson, who's had a strong performance tonight with 2 home runs and 4 RBIs. Angels wearing their throwback uniforms through the rest of this series and against the Cardinals as well. These are beauties, these uniforms.
He thought about challenging. He goes, oh, that's right. I'm challenged.
No Chris Webber, especially in that state. 0-2 on Torkelson. No penalty for it though in baseball. If you call a challenge without having any lift, they just laugh at you. That's all. There's no on-field penalty for that.
No hitter gone now for Ginn.
In this instance, though, he won't lose the game soon after, since his team has an 8-0 lead. Torkelson rolls one to Grissom, and that ends the top of the 7th. Now it's time for our Hyundai 7th inning stretch. And we take you to the scene of the 10-year Cubs championship reunion, where Michael Busch hit a home run against the Minnesota Twins, and Anthony Rizzo comes up with it.
That's impossible, by the way. Impossible.
Gets to hold up his son, and all is well in Wrigleyville after a 6-2 win against the Minnesota Twins. Kyle Schwarber was not part of the reunion because he's mashing home runs in Philadelphia still. 2-run homer today, 33 on the year. The Phillies upended the Mets at Citizens Bank Park, so Kyle Schwarber had to celebrate 10 years since the Cubs 2016 championship in his own way as a Philly.
Yeah, it was, I mean, I didn't watch a lot of that Cubs game today. It was so cool seeing those guys reminisce. Such a magical moment for them. And Schwarber, 56 home runs last year, 33 this year. Unbelievable.
He's hit just a remarkable number ever since becoming a Philly. Yes. Angels have had a tough time with Tarik Skubal tonight.
Yeah, I mean, that fastball has been really good. We know how good that changeup plays. We talked about that in our opening, but his fastball really has been his best pitch tonight.
Well, the Angels are down 7-0 against the Tigers here tonight. This has been our 7th inning stretch presented by Hyundai. Jorge Soler leads off the bottom of the 7th against Tarik Skubal, and out in front of that changeup, as we've said throughout the night about just about every Angels hitter.
He could throw for a strike, and then he gets chases with that changeup out of the strike zone.
There's the fastball fouled back. I mean, there's nothing revolutionary happening here. He throws his changeup to lefties more than usual. That's about it. Otherwise, it's fastball changeup. I mean, that's what every pitcher is always trying to do. So why is this guy so much better at it?
I think because he throws 2 types of fastballs, the sinker and the 4-seam fastball, which plays well with his changeup.
1 ball, 2 strikes on Soler.
10 swing and misses on his changeup, 16 total. I mean, he does throw an occasional slider and curveball, but not a lot of them. We haven't seen a whole lot of them tonight either.
We've seen 9 sliders and 1 curve. I mean, it has mostly been fastballs and changeups. And it's mostly what it is anyway. And there's Soler way out in front, who has struck out 3 times tonight. Jorge Soler, the first out of the inning.
Well, he threw his changeup for a strike early in the bat, and then he gets that changeup below the strike zone.
He throws 97, 98 with his fastball. It is an extremely hard fastball, especially from the left side.
But I think it's the combination of his fastballs that makes his changeup that much more effective. And we've said that a lot with changeups. Urania, we're going to see him on Tuesday, how good his changeup is.
1 ball, 1 strike on Joe Adell. I don't know if there's anything to it, but it seems like Skubal wears a massive glove. Does that help with any deception at all?
Greg Maddux did too. I get to the point where I'm like, wait a minute now. Well, that way you're not seeing. There's no way you'll be able to tip a pitch in there with a glove that big.
That's like a pretty big glove.
Like he's a goalie.
Maddox was catching the ball a lot too. He won a lot of gold
gloves. Yeah,
about a zillion gold gloves. That's a huge glove.
Yeah.
1 ball, 2 strikes on Joe Adell, and a swing and a miss on the changeup for strike 3.
This turns that over. It's his body motion too. You think it looks like he's throwing a fastball. Look how he goes right towards the plate, and he just turns that over.
When we watch Jacob deGrom or anybody like that, Verlander, you watch guys like that, and it's like these guys are unhittable. Their stuff is ridiculous, and they play it all off of each other. But Skubal, it's not quite like that. He doesn't dazzle you that way on the mound. It is just the way of really the way that he uses the art of pitching playing the fastball and changeup off each other that gets him these results.
And a lot of soft contact, and he's so competitive too.
He's absolutely nuts out there on the mound. That's true. 7 shutout innings for Skubal tonight. Angels baseball on ABTV is brought to you by Cerritos Auto Square. Don't risk buying the wrong car. Test drive your top options in one convenient place. And by Hyundai, the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event deals so right, they almost feel wrong. Only at your local SoCal Hyundai dealer. It's tough to say that because local and SoCal look like they rhyme, but they don't.
Yes.
That's a tongue twister. 32,003 the attendance here tonight.
Mysteries right there, Wayne.
Yeah.
And just going back to Skubal, how well he threw tonight. Looks like he's probably done tonight there with the bullpen going for the Tigers. He's so confident, even if he throws something in the middle part of the plate, he feels like their hitters for the Halos today, their timing is off so much that he can get away with it.
Jose Fermin, the new pitcher. Kerry Carpenter leads off the 8th. Good point. Maybe I can get Clyde to help me out with the local and SoCal tongue twister that I'm having.
He would be perfect.
1 ball, no strikes on Kerry Carpenter. Angels have been shut out by Skubal through 7 innings now as Carpenter hits a soft line drive to Guzman. That's probably it for Skubal.
And by Carpenter, just off balance himself. That looks like he is done. Otherwise, you're not even going near him.
87 pitches. He's probably yelling at A.J. Hinch for getting the bullpen up though right now.
Said, you watching the same game I'm watching? 9 punch outs, no walks, 87 pitches. I have 1 CG. And AJ's going, wait, you just had surgery, it felt like about 2 minutes ago.
Yeah,
you're too important for this team.
And it is 7-0.
Yes.
And maybe if it's 1-0, they would consider Skubal for another inning or so. There's a liner to right center. This ball just hanging up and falling in the gap off the bat of McKinstry, who has a double. This Detroit team, as McKinstry has their 5th extra base hit tonight.
Slider that's kind of flattened out lower part of the strike zone. Jumped on that one right center.
Tigers win here. They'll be 5.5 games out of first behind both the White Sox and Cleveland. And as far as the wild card goes in the American League, they're just a few games behind in that regard as well. And as I said before, you just have a little extra hope if you're even a wild card team in the American League, because nobody scares you. There's no favorite.
Nope.
As you see the wild card standings, and I'll show you again since you'd have to be a speed reader for that first glimpse at it. But there they are. If they win tonight, they'll be 3.5 out of the wild card, 5.5 out of the division. And they were a playoff team each of the last 2 years. So they have a very strong belief amongst that clubhouse that they can do it.
They're on a very similar run it was 2 years ago when you thought they were completely done. And then they got extremely hot and got into the postseason.
Problem is for them, all it takes is one bad week, and the setback from that would be very difficult to overcome at this point. So then you keep Skubal, you keep Mize as Vierling strikes out, and then you don't have anything to show for it. That's the worst case scenario, because you don't make the playoffs, and then you don't make the trades, and then you're just scrambling.
You have an extremely proud fan base too. Haven't won a World Series since '84. It's tough to not take a run at it.
We saw that here a few years ago. The Angels were close at the trade deadline. They held on to Shohei, tried to make that run, but then they had a losing streak. They never really recovered from it after that.
Still remember that flight from Toronto down to Atlanta. Remember, that was unreal. And just the excitement level on the plane that.
And they had reason to go for it. They were close in both the division and the wild card.
Won that first game down in Atlanta, then all of a sudden after that.
So that's the type of situation the Tigers could enter if they don't get into a trade with Skubal or Casey Mize or whomever else. Jansen too.
By the way, just watching him today, talking to some of his former teammates with the Angels, you forget how gigantic Kenley Jansen is.
Yeah, did he grow since last?
And I'll tell you, he said the same thing. He loved his time with the Angels. Really missed it.
Swing and a miss by Outman. They called the last one a pass ball
too for the Halos.
He had a great year last season.
Boy.
Not going to get in there tonight, I don't think, with this game. This point, 7-0.
I think he likes to get in those games. Remember that game he got in? It was against the Tigers.
Yeah.
Just get some work in, and it didn't go real well.
He has 11 saves this year, which leaves him 13 away from 500 in his career. He passed Lee Smith this year.
Still amazing that Francisco Rodriguez doesn't get more love when you think about how many career saves he had.
Liner to first ends the inning.
Boy, Skubal was on his game tonight. Take a look at our StatCast to be powered by Google Cloud. 19 swing and misses, 13 with his changeup, 4th most in his career, 5 with his four-seam fastball, 1 with his slider. But his changeup, as advertised, dominant. Look how many times you get chases out of the strike zone. But I really thought his four-seam fastball and sinker combination was a difference maker today.
The Tigers put a new pitcher in as Tarik Skubal is removed after 7 brilliant innings. It is Jacob Waguespack on the mound for Detroit.
It's a great name.
You like that one, huh?
Yes.
Waguespack.
Waguespack.
Tigers have put Ben Malgeri in the game. He's playing right field. Matt Vierling goes to left. Guzman has a base hit. Riley Green has come out of the game with a big lead for Detroit.
Day game tomorrow.
At 1 o'clock tomorrow, Ryan Johnson against Casey Mize.
Another tough starter for the Tigers. Ryan just needs that splitter to work well tomorrow. This cutter has been pretty firm.
Wade Meckler gets a nice hand as he pinch hits for Jose Siri. Ever since Trout came off the IL and Josh Lowe started to swing the bat better, playing time has lessened for Meckler. But he'll always have that debut as an Angel here at the Big A. Out of Esperanza High School, and
still hitting over 300, also 307.
Well, the first couple of weeks he was hitting everything in sight. Certainly a great story. Whatever happens in the career of Wade Meckler.
He had that sliding catch in the first inning against the wall, and then he homers off the ground. Same inning. That's a pretty good start to your Halo career.
As a freshman in high school, he was 4'10" and 75 pounds. But he was the smallest kid in his grade, boy or girl. He got big enough, at least by his senior year, to find his way to Oregon State, which is a great baseball program, but he was a walk-on there. They cut him from the team as he was a freshman. He didn't make the team as a sophomore. The coaches told him to go somewhere else. He said no, and made the team as a junior, and then got to the big leagues. It's really a great story. Kind of a Rudy-esque type of story.
Love that movie too, by the way.
Rudy.
Yes.
Notre Dame.
Rudy. Rudy.
Maybe they'll make a baseball version called the Mech.
Yes. As well they should.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Disney is right around the corner here.
Yeah.
It's got to happen.
They know all about doing movies like that.
Yes.
They made The Rookie. Waguespack looks like he's about to fall right down when he throws the pitch. This is a violent delivery.
He was side by side with Ryan Johnson tomorrow too. The way he delivers from the full windup.
3-2 now on Meckler.
Melton, the kid yesterday, was outstanding.
They turn out some good ball players in this area. At strike 3, Meckler flipped the bat but didn't challenge.
Ooh, he might have been all right on that.
Yeah, he should have challenged. So 1 out now. Logan O'Hoppe will bat after we hear from Kia. Likely would have been ball 4 at Meckler challenged.
I think it would have been, especially with 2 challenges left.
It. Meckler flipped the bat. He thought it was ball 4.
It's off the plate.
And he could have challenged right there, but decided to not. Ball 1 strike on O'Hoppe, who had 2 hits off Skubal. It's the one guy that's sad to see him go.
Probably the only one in the lineup is happy to see Skubal go.
Texas won today. They beat Atlanta 7-6.
Came back in that game though. They were down big time.
Ball rifled foul. Evan Carter hit a home run for the Rangers. And that comeback effort, a 4-run 6th inning that gave Texas the lead. Kenzie Gore gave up 5 runs but got the win. The ERA is 4.80 this year. What's on with him? 2 balls 2 strikes on O'Hoppe.
That's how fair the game is at times. He gives up 5, gets a win, and Reed Detmers goes 6 shutout innings. He gets a no decision.
Well, Detmers yesterday was the 5th different Angels starter this year to have a game with 6 scoreless innings here at Angel Stadium. And only 1 has gotten the win. Ryan Johnson against the Orioles 4 times this year. An Angel starter went 6 scoreless at home and didn't get a victory, including Detmers last night. Logan O'Hoppe on base for the 3rd time as he draws a walk.
First walk of the night for Tiger pitching.
2 outs and Neto the batter. As a pop up behind home plate, and Torkelson comes all the way in from first to catch it. 2 outs. Well, kids, are you ready? Because Bikini Bottom is coming to the Big A. SpongeBob night at Angel Stadium Friday, July 31st. First 25,000 fans in attendance get a unique SpongeBob Angel jersey. Visit angels.com/promotions.
What a great giveaway that is.
I like how it says square pants right on the back.
Yes.
It's good. That's always a good look.
Yes, it is.
Having square pants.
It's a good fit.
Incredible fit for some. Including SpongeBob himself. Balls in a strike on Trout. Balls, 2 strikes on Trout, who had a base hit his last time. Trout has 18 home runs this year, puts him at 422 for his career. Decent shot at a 30 homer season. Two balls and 2 strikes. If he does end up with 30 this year and surpass a couple of Hall of Famers on his way up there, including Cal Ripken and Billy Williams, that are pretty close to Trout's number at the moment. 2 balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs. Held his swing there, and it's a full count, 3-2.
Pretty close, strong enough to hold up on that one. A good shot of getting a fastball right here.
Ball 4. It was a fastball, but it wasn't close. Waguespack has walked 2 in the inning, and here comes A.J. Hinch in a hurry to get Waguespack out of the game. Angels games are on ABTV, presented by Pechanga Resort Casino, taking you through the next couple of weeks. The Cardinals are here Monday. That is an ESPN game Monday nights. Will not be on ABTV, but it will be for the rest of these home games, plus the 3 in San Francisco. Then the Astros and the Brewers are in town. See Pat Murphy and the gang at the end of the month. That'll take us right up to the trade deadline.
Milwaukee's still up, pretty comfortable in that division, and up by 6 games.
They don't stop winning.
No.
And Milwaukee won again. They've taken the first 2 games against Miami in their series there, or at home against the Marlins. The Brewers are now 61-37. They're only 1 game behind the Dodgers for the best record in baseball. Kyle Finnegan comes out with the bases loaded and 2 outs. Bounces one that Dingler can't find. Finnegan found it for him. 1 ball, no strikes on Grissom, who does have a grand slam against the Tigers this year.
Right center, Comerica Park.
That's one here. He'll get the Angels back in this game.
Finnegan fastball, 92-95. He's got a great splitter, slider.
Here's a line drive to right center. Outman goes back for it and makes the catch. Right before the warning track. Grissom hit it hard, but he strands the bases loaded. Join your Halos during select games throughout the year for our Heritage themed ticket packages. Each ticket package purchased through angels.com/heritage includes a customized jersey along with a ticket to the game. Fans must purchase through angels.com/heritage to receive their special jersey. Like that one with the lion on it. Kevin McGonigal leads off here in the 9th inning. Tiger fans might like the one with a big cat on it. McGonigal leads off here in the 9th.
No, I know what you're thinking there, Wayne, when it comes to that. Either tiger or lion.
Well, especially the Lions. Football season not all that far away now. 6 or 7 weeks.
The camps are going to be opening up pretty soon.
Well, 1 ball, 1 strike. McGonigal, who has 2 runs scored tonight. Seven to nothing. The Tigers lead. Scored 6 in the first 2 innings against Grayson Rodriguez. It was more than enough for Tarek Skubal as Neto throws out McGonigal.
The deflection by Fermin to Neto.
Got himself an assist. That is a stat. It just is completely meaningless unless you're an outfielder or a catcher. Ooh, an assist? What does that have to do with anything? Do you know how many assists you got in your career?
Oh, I have a broken leg with one of them.
A strike to Dingler. If you're tracking assists, I don't know what to tell you. You got problems. Outfield assists, that is something to track. Infield assists, pitcher assists. I mean, nobody cares about them.
Magic Johnson did.
Well, yeah, he did, and rightfully so. That was an important stat for him. Could triple-double with those assists. 1 and 2 on Dingler. But it's like, how about total chances? That's a stat, people. Well, that was trackable. Total, how many times you have an opportunity to catch a ball. You had 49 assists in 1989, according to Blake.
Still mad I didn't win the Gold Glove that year.
Well, you were second. If you had a few more assists, maybe you would have. You were second in assists.
I think Langer got me on that one. I'm still mad at him.
See, well, maybe there was something to it.
Yeah, see?
You probably at least would have been a Gold Glove finalist, how they do it now.
Yes.
They didn't have that back then. Well, 89. Was that 89? Yeah, Langston got traded that year, so I don't think he would have had you an assist that season. Bouncing ball up the middle. Here's Grissom looking for an assist, and he gets it.
See? What a play.
That's a nicely done assist for Vaughn Grissom.
Backhand on this was strong throw. He's been working really hard. Played a number of different infield positions. He played some first base. He played second. He's played third. Well, he crushed that last base. The hardest baseball hit all night by the Halos, too. That was 106.6 off the bat, and Outman ran it down.
2 outs, and here is Keith. So Langston got traded in '89. He'd been winning the Cy Young Award. He won 7 in his career. So in '89 he gets traded. Angels Live postgame presented by Kia coming up.
Talk about how I got robbed for the Gold Glove.
Yeah, you got robbed by your teammate.
Yes.
Saberhagen won it that year.
Collusion.
He won the Cy Young that year. And he won the Gold Glove. And really, how they did the Gold Gloves back then, they were probably scrambling because Langston got traded by the Angels to the Expos, or by the Mariners to the Expos, before he signed with the Angels then as a free agent. But they probably were scrambling to find out, well, they'd give somebody the Gold Glove, so they just gave it to the Cy Young winner. You got denied. You should have won it. That was your year. Jeff Ballard beat you in assists that year, by the way. 53.
Lefty.
Saberhagen only had 36 assists. You had 49. He had 4 errors that year. How did he get the Gold Glove? Keith has another hit. He has 4 hits.
Wayne, I'm trying to feel pretty good about it right now, but I'm not.
He had a .934 fielding percentage. It's actually the worst of his career. I don't know what happened there. I really believe that because Langston got traded, they were planning to give it to Langston, but then the Mariners traded him to Montreal to the National League. So they just didn't know who to give it to, so they just gave it to the guy who was the Cy Young winner. Well, you made 5 errors then.
Yeah, well, they were all incredibly difficult plays. A lot of innings, a lot of chances, a lot of ground balls, no strikeouts.
You had a couple of years where you made no errors the whole season. 85 and 86, no errors the whole year. But then in 89 he made 5. What happened?
Too many base runners trying to make all the plays.
Well, that ends the top of the ninth. What an extravaganza that was.
Thankfully that's over there.
Angels baseball on AB TV presented by Pechanga Resort Casino.
And going back to our Hyundai key for the game today, Tarik Skubal, well, he was the thorn. Every rose has its thorn, and he was definitely that today for the Halos. He was locked in, 9 punch-outs, no walks, no runs, and 7 shutout innings. Looks like he's back and ready to rock and roll for the Tigers.
The pitcher for the Tigers here, Brendan Hanafy. His job was to get 3 outs before the Tigers call to get Jansen warmed up in the bullpen. Swing and a miss by Soler, who has 3 strikeouts tonight. Skubal punched out 9. The Angels have struck out 24 times in the first 2 games now of this series. 14 yesterday and 10 today. Tigers with 7 runs on 11 hits. They scored 6 of their 7 in the first 2 innings. Against Grayson Rodriguez. Spencer Torkelson with a couple of homers to back Skubal tonight.
Sinker there at 95 miles an hour. The ability to throw a sinker and a 4-seam fastball really sets up your secondary pitches.
Base hit for Soler, so he's on to start the 9th inning. Angels have 7 hits in this game, but no runs. The A's are leading Washington now 14-0. This is baseball in West Sacramento, because the A's have a chance, 3 more outs, to be the first team in Major League history to lose by 19 one day and win by 14 the next.
We've seen a lot of first times in MLB history this season. Wow.
Joe Adell at the plate here. Angels have hit into 2 double plays in this game, both against Tarik Skubal. Tigers used 2 pitchers to get through the 8th inning, Waguespack and Finnegan.
It's still amazing. 12 double plays turned behind Skubal this year. This is about 82 innings pitched. Think of that with, Urania and Soriano. But Skubal with 12 turned behind him.
Back-to-back Cy Young Award winner in the American League, although he won't have a chance this year after missing handful of weeks because of that elbow surgery. Who the American League Cy Young looks like right now. Cam Schlittler has the best ERA at 2.05. Dylan Cease leading in strikeouts in the American League.
I think that's still wide open.
This is one of those years where you might see a reliever start to sneak into it too. Thinking about Louis Varland, who's been perfect in save chances for the Blue Jays with a 1 ERA.
It felt like every single postseason game last year for the Jays.
He's been awesome this year for Toronto. It's a broken bat floater that is dropped by Colt Keith. He'll still get the out at second base as Soler was expecting that ball to be caught.
Really not a whole lot you can do as a base runner on that one. Pretty good reaction to be able to go right and make that throw to second base, though.
One out, and Shonowell will bat. Yeah, I'd say right now probably Schlittler would be the favorite to be the American League Rookie of the Year. Cease was the starter in the All-Star game.
Challenging the pitch.
Shonowell might be right on this one.
It is a ball. Los Angeles still has 2.
Help out those percentages for Shonowell.
And that is important. One ball, no strikes. There's a liner. This one Keith catches and gets it to first too late. So Keith dropped the one that was floated his way and catches the one that was smashed his way.
99 off the bat, made a real good play on that one.
Angels down to their final out. Colorado won today. Kansas City won today. So with this, the Angels will have the worst record in the major leagues. 38-61. Bouncing ball up the middle. It is handled by McGonigal, and that throw is in time to end it. It's a shutout. Started by Tarek Skubal, who wins 7, and the Tigers win 7-0.
It was 4 runs right away to start the game. Allowed Skubal to relax even more so, and he was able to dominate.
He did dominate. He is our Toyota player of the game.
Yeah, 7 shutout, 9 punch outs, 19 swing and misses.
We saw Master at work today. The Angels will try to win one tomorrow and avoid being swept in this series by these red-hot Tigers. 7-0 the final.